the evolution scientists who were promoting human evolution committed 150 frauds. These were not mistakes. These were knowing, misleading, dirty, dark frauds by these evolution scientists. And this chart here from the Time Life book had 13 frauds in it. Lucy, most people don't know this, had 3 frauds involved in Lucy. Haeckel's embryos, Haeckel's Ape-Man comparisons, fraud, fraud, fraud. 237 times, evolution scientists have announced that they have discovered an Ape-Man, but later it turns out it wasn't. They're overturned. Here's the list of the 237 overturned Ape-Men, which speaks that this field is totally unreliable. Like this first one is Tetraprothoma argentinus. That was a raccoon leg bone. This next one, Hesperopithecus Harold Cooksii. That was a pig tooth. The next one, Australopithecus prometheus. That was a dog leg, a cat hip bone, a cow or a bovid family skull mixed in with Australopithecine. Orsi man was a donkey skull. Flipperopithecus bozai turned out to be a dolphin's rib. And there's so many overturned ape-men species that I had to break them up into categories just to keep them straight. 42,000 times, the evolution scientists picked up an ordinary rock and said it was an ape-man stone tool, only to later be told, no, that's just an ordinary rock. It was Raymond Dart with taking stalactites. It was these, they just look like ordinary rocks, but in the papers, they said, no, these are pounders and anvils and the like. There's been hundreds of mistaken ape-man bone tools. Now, here's the evolution scientist diagram from his book here. And he says, look, I found this ape-man saw. Well, that's not an ape-man saw. That's just a antelope jaw turned upside down. No, I think it's an ape-man saw. Or here's an ape-man scrub brush. That's just an upper jawbone. All of these have been disproved, and again showing the unreliability of this field. The fifth problem with human evolution is the thousands of mistaken ape-men age assignments were made. For example, Nebraska Ape-Man, then at the Nebraska site, was first thought to be 1 million years old. Then it was between 1 and 2 million years old. Then in another article, it was 3.6 million years old. Then it was 4 million years old. Then it was between 3.6 and 5.3 million years old. And finally, it was 5.3 million years old. And this is just Nebraska man. You could practically take any of these ape-men, and they have a whole list of dates, which shows that their dating methods are unreliable. The sixth problem with human evolution is that, and this is probably the most important, is that many scientists do not allow interested scientists and parties, like myself, we were filming this television series for national television, to inspect their ape-man fossils. And by doing this, they prevent them from being overturned. These fossils are non-verifiable. In science, everything has to be verifiable or it's considered non-scientific. But if you can't see the fossil and go and see the fossil and you have reason to say, I have the reason to come see it, and they won't let you, then it's a non-verifiable. And these are numerous, and they're present today too. You can't believe how many of these fossils are off limits. They would say, oh no, come on down, come see it. But when you actually go to visit them and film, or you talk to other scientists who try to go see them, when you show up, they will not let you touch them, which is very, very dark. The seventh problem with human evolution, this is the best proof of evolution, is that most current ape-men are fragmentary. But look at these current ape-men, like this, Homo habilis. This is the best skeleton they have. Well, you could make that into a monkey, ape, or a human, whatever you wanted to decide it was going to be. Or this one, Orion, off limits and also very fragmentary. You could interpret this any way you want. Or Ardipithecus, look how many fossils are missing. Only the colored areas are where they have fossils. It's not enough to say, well, this is definitely an ape-man. So the current ape-men in museums today, I'm saying that you go into the museum and go to the human evolution section, most, if not all, are either fraud-based fossils, fragmentary fossils, or inaccessible fossils. The fraud-based ones are Tumai lucy, Homo habilis, Homo erectus, Neanderthal, Homo rudolfensis. The fragmentary, you can read those, and the inaccessible, non-verifiable fossils are Tumai lucy, Ardipithecus lucy, et cetera, et cetera. So if that's the best proof, and it goes completely against all the evidence. We can't form the universe, we can't form life, we can't form the 7 animal phyla, we can't form the groups within a phyla. The mechanisms of evolution don't work. The 3 best proofs of evolution, walking whales was all made up. Flying dinosaurs, you don't have the ancestors to the first bird. And Ape-Man, if this is the best you got with the 150 frauds and 237 overturned Ape-Men, inaccessible fossils, fragmentary fossils, then this theory has collapsed.